All right, we are recording. So continuing with the Rippaverse Omnibus, specifically in the Saints and Sinners. So these are all short stories. This is the one written by Eric July, who created ISOM and so created the whole Rippaverse. The Weight of Restraint, written by Eric July, interior artist Elias Martins, Diego Albuquerque colorist. Jackson Canehart is the latest upholder of justice to be recruited to the Judicial Accountability Annex within the Flores Park Central Legal Commission. His job is simple, filing away paperwork that keeps the incarcerated put away. But when an unusual case comes across his desk, despite being warned to back off, his sense of justice forces him to take a closer look. Who would want an innocent man locked away? The letter is... The bulk of what's written here is essentially a, hey, fans and newcomers, thank you for your support. But we do also get The Weight of Restraint is a story I've wanted to tell for a while, with a focus on what happens when certain choices are made that set us on a path we didn't intend to go on. Okay, we then have the first few pages are in a prison yard where one guy is very much the aggressor towards another, complete with Shiv out, while the other guy is largely just standing there and dodges when he needs to. He does have an opportunity to attack, but chooses not to for whatever reason. Presumably that will be explained later. And when you finally have the prison officials arrive, both are taken down. The guy with the Shiv first, which... I mean, it might seem like, why would you take down the guy who is clearly being attacked here? It's like, because they need to control the situation. That does mean you deal with everyone present, not just the one who's the aggressor. So yeah, it's not necessarily pretty, but it is a... No, actually, that is what they would have to do. Then we cut to actually at the Flores Park Central Legal Commission Judicial Accountability Annex, where we have an orientation for, it looks like 6 people that are joining the team here. Yeah, let's not pretend this is deeper than it is. You're not retrials, you're a second set of eyes. Obvious red flags only, no rabbit holes. In plain terms, we validate. So, yeah, kind of a slimy situation here. And it... On the one hand, I get it, that... The whole, we're not retrials. I absolutely get that. I understand that. But this whole, and we're just here to validate. It's like, then you're really not any kind of accountability annex. Because you can't hold somebody who screwed up accountable unless it was very egregious. Which, I mean, hey, that can happen, but it's like, yeah. But yeah, so that concludes orientation. Stations are assigned. Get to it. And then we shortly meet Jackson Canehart, who gets to his office, and a case he was assigned, and, but they gave me the file. The access is restricted. As he's looking at the file, though, a code is provided that gets him a little bit further, or at least gives him more information. Status sealed, special classification. At which point, the guy who was doing orientation arrives, meaning this file has some sort of trigger on it where if somebody accesses it, or somebody who accesses it that shouldn't normally have access, you go talk to that person. But it's just the guy is just like, whoa, rookies don't normally work as hard as you. So he's not, he's checking up, but he's not saying he's checking up kind of thing. So Canehart is then like, it's like, where's a good place to eat around here? Gets an answer, and he's not letting it drop. He does keep trying to look in different places, and it still seems to be every time he searches, somebody comes knocking. And by the time he gets home, it looks like they actually have pulled the file, so he can't access it at all, except he did manage to make a backup, it seems, which just gave him a name. Samford Willard, who is apparently the guy who was not the aggressor in that fight earlier. And that's where the story ends. And I don't care. I'm sorry. This one was actually really easy. Just say, yeah, it's a straight failure to recommend. I have nothing to it at all, because basically nothing happens. I have no idea. And I get the whole someone who's like, oh, but isn't it interesting, this idea that, Kanehart may have just uncovered this? It's like, yeah, but I don't care who he is. I don't care about him. I have no connection to this man. Because, like, he's just there. He gets this file first thing, and it starts investigating. It's like, okay, why is he so focused on this, though? It's like, I have no sense of what his motivation is, right? It's not like he's deciding, I am here to right wrongs. He's not presented as that. Where it's like, this is sealed. I need to get to the bottom. There's no energy like that there. There's no passion there. Nothing like that at all. So it's like, why do I care? It's not as though he is searching for this specifically either. Where it's like, I know something is wrong and I'm going to investigate. Nothing. He's just blank to me. So it's... and blank as in literally nothing there. It's okay, whatever. If he were there longer and had encountered this but wasn't so jaded, or maybe he's been going through this stuff and it's like, yeah, whatever. This one's interesting. Okay, now I'm going to dig something so that this makes it interesting. Because otherwise it's just... if you do a part 2, do I even care about Kanehart? You might just focus on Willard. And Kanehart might just be a framing narrative. I mean, he is so unimportant here, and we got nothing on Willard either. So it's just a straight fail to recommend, because I feel absolutely nothing. I mean, I guess in a way I could technically justify going with a weak recommend against as it's a waste of your time, because there's nothing here. There's nothing here. I could do that, but I don't want to. Because I don't feel it rises to that level. It's not bad. It's just, to me, it's empty. It's meaningless. There's nothing here. So I feel that just straight fail to recommend, that's most appropriate. It's also not negatively flavored because there's nothing bad here, but it's certainly not positively flavored because there's nothing good here. I guess another way to put it is, it's as though you just watch before the first commercial or before the opening part of a TV show, of the pilot of a TV show, where it's like, I don't know who any of these characters are. No one's been introduced yet. It's like, okay, here's the mystery, but you have to stay tuned for the first act that follows this, because this is sometimes referred to as a teaser. You have to stay tuned for the first act to actually learn anything about anyone. It's just like, I don't care. I feel nothing here, so yeah. That's one way to keep these videos short, is just, I mean, there's nothing technically wrong here. It's just there's nothing here for me to connect with, so not much to say. See you next time.